we're going to have a great night here. QRZ 222 beaming over toward the coast. K6MYC looking for KW6S. Over. KW6S, K6MYC, or anybody else for that matter. Looking for check-ins for the 222 Bozo Net. K6MYC. Yeah, I'm making power. I think I'm on the right frequency. KW6S, KW6 Sugar. Remember now, Tom, we're starting with you on the 222 net. So you got to be around here at 7:30. KW6S, KW6 Sugar, KW6S Santa Cruz, K6MYC, and Bozo Net calling and listening. Well, how about if I slide up here a little bit and see if we can get WB6JNN. Are you listening here tonight, Tim? I hear somebody way in the background. Would that be K6 Whiskey India Sugar?
This is K6WIS number 637. Over.
Yeah, I got you now. I had to move the antenna some more. You're coming in on the north path tonight. KW6S. KW6S Placerville area. K6MYC. Good evening, Paul. And good to hear you. You're the first in tonight. Over.
Hi, good evening, Mike. Yes, your signal picked up to S4 to S5. Right now. This is K6 Whiskey India Sugar Placerville. I'll copy now. Over.
Okay, well, I'm getting, you probably moving, are you moving your antenna too? I was moving mine, and you came quite a bit, a better copy now. Pretty good copy now, Paul. KW6 Sugar, K6 Whiskey India Sugar, K6MYC, over.
Yeah, K6MYC, this is K6WIS. Yep, I've got you S3 to S4 now. Good Q5 stable signal. I need to relay check-in for the cellular system KA6OSX and N1 PPP. Over.
Roger. Got 160 and 336. Got them okay. Thanks for the relay there. Maybe we'll catch them on the direct path here in a few minutes. Good to have you check them in there, Paul. Thank you for that. And I keep tweaking back and forth. The band is up and down a little bit, but doesn't look like we have very good conditions. We should have some new stations in here tonight, by the way. Paul, you might listen for John. John's going to be on for the first time, and hopefully he'll be on the right frequency. He was on last week, but he was on the wrong frequency, he said. So maybe we'll hear KR6MR in here in just a few minutes. Anyway, I haven't heard anybody else from here. I'm waiting for Tom to come up, but I'm going to have to move the antenna back to Santa Cruz. I'm up into the Bay Area in order to pick you up well here. I am actually at what is this, 290 something? 294, so I got you on a north path today, over.
Okay, Mike, the stream feed on YouTube isn't showing your antenna hitting right now. It's just showing the map without your antenna hitting, over.
Well, I don't know why. It should be. Everything's hooked up and normal here. Should be reading 294. Almost 300, but not quite.
Right now.
What does it say?
Nothing. It's blank. Over.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe he's having trouble with the link today. We'll see. Anyway, I'm pointed at 294, which is quite high for you. Normally, you are in the 280 region. So let me let you go, and I'll go back and make another call for the guys down in South San Jose and Santa Cruz there. K6WIS, and we'll look for you on the direct path along with KR6MR, K6MYC, over.
Roger, Mike. I'll stay around for the direct path possible link as well. 73 for now. K6WIS clear.
Roger. Thank you. Again, I'm just getting in your direction. Say it again.
Hey, good evening, Mike. 86 okay here.
Yeah, I'm just coming back to you, Fred. I had to go quite a bit north in order to get a good copy on Paul there. KD6SOK 507, make a transmission and I'll peek on you. And good to hear you in here this evening, over.
Yeah, you too. You as well, likewise. Yeah, I heard Paul there. Paul was nice and steady. Strong signal there, Paul, by the way. And, yeah, it's cooling off right now, which is pretty warm. Not today, but yesterday it was warm. Anyway, I just turned on the computer and I didn't see a direction of your beam heading. I just heard you on the feed, so I thought, oh, I'll turn this off and turn on the radio now that you'll probably be in this direction. So, anyway, hopefully the rotor's working and all that good stuff. So, back to you, Mike. 86, that's okay.
Yep, everything's working fine. Apparently the stream is not recording where I'm pointing, but other than that, everything works here. I don't know why the stream is not getting the signal, because but maybe something, a glitch in the software or something there, but not here. Anyway, you're good and strong, probably better signals than average from your station tonight. And so we should have Jim in here. WB6JNN should be on here, so maybe we can take a standby and see if he hears both of us in this direction. I hear you and Jim just about in the same direction. WB6JNN, how about a Jim? K6MYC. No, nothing from Jim yet. Let me see if Paul, if Tom is hearing me down in the Santa Cruz area. I may have to move back. I'm about 10 degrees north of Santa Cruz. Stand by, Fred. I'll come back to you. And KW6S, KW6 Sugar, KW6S, KW6S, K6MYC, calling and listening. KW6S, K6MYC.
K6MYC, KW6S. Good evening, Mike.
Good evening. Good strong signal from you. I was down here earlier, but remember, I start with you now that there's no other stations that are south of you. There's nobody that I have to point for down in the San Joaquin Valley. So we start going towards Santa Cruz right off the bat at 7:30. Anyway, good strong signal. Good to hear you. We should have a couple of new ones, not new. N6RO has his new transverter. He should be in here this evening. And also KR6MR up in Meadow Vista is supposedly going to be in here tonight. He was on last week, but he said he couldn't hear anybody, and he realized he was on the wrong frequency or something with the transverter. So, here we are. KW6 Sugar, Santa Cruz, K6MYC, and the group, over.
K6MYC, KW6S. Yeah, I'll tune up, point up that way. My net ran a little late, and I've got to get back to discussion we were having there, but I'll tune up and listen for RO and the other one, and see if I can manage to hear them. Otherwise, I'll catch you a little later on 6. K6MYC, KW6S.
Yeah, Roger. Hopefully I'll be able to rotate again tonight. I've turned the controller off, so it's cold, and hopefully it'll be rotating for us and won't give me any glitches. Hi. Anyway, good to hear you. Thanks for coming in here, and I'll go back up and connect with Fred, and we probably should have Jim in there, WB6JNN and W6PQL as well. See in a little while. KW6S, K6MYC, going back to the Bay Area. It should be back in your direction, Fred.
Yeah, hi, Mike. Yeah, you're in my direction again. Yeah, I heard you talking to Tom in Santa Cruz, so I don't know if you can hear me. But anyway, we got good conditions. If I can speak, we have good conditions tonight, so that's good. Better than previous times on 222. I don't know why, and I think 432 was kind of up and down last time. It wasn't very good. Usually 432 is excellent, but last week it wasn't very good. Anyway, you sound good tonight there, Mike. Back to you, KD6. That's okay.
Yeah, Roger. No, you sound like you're on 432 tonight. You're so strong. So good signals, Fred. Very good. Good to hear you. Let's see if Jim is in here. WB6JNN, over. Oh, Jim's sleeping or something. He's not watching the clock there. We'll have to keep an ear out for him in a few minutes here. Let me go up and see if I can get W6PQL. I'll move up just a little bit more here. That should be close to W6 Papa Queen London. W6PQL, K6MYC. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Only getting one station in the Bay Area here. Well, 2, counting Tom. W6PQL or WB6JNN, anybody over in the Bay Area, Bozo Net, K6MYC, over. Well, I'm going to go up and see if N6RO has got his station running, so let's see what we get there. I hear you. Go ahead, Ken.
What's that?
I said, I hear you. Go ahead. I'm just rotating. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. You're getting louder. I think I finally got this set up going. Putting out 200 watts with the amplifier on. So I'm slowly getting everything running here the way it's supposed to.
Yeah, very good. Audio is very sharp, but that's normal for that K3 or K4, whatever you're running there. It doesn't sound like 9700 audio, but it's good. It's not distorted or anything. So good to hear you, and congratulations on getting the 220 running. It's only time and money, isn't it? on, but the antenna's not working. What band?
The 10 megahertz reference oscillator.
Oh, okay.
I only need it on the 9700 and maybe on the K4.
I see, okay.
I've got cable splitters already, but I don't, I'm either going to buy another source or try to get the existing one to work.
Yeah, okay. Most of the guys have been buying their Bodnar frequency stability system. It doesn't use a 10 megahertz oscillator. It uses GPS. So it has a little antenna that even works inside the house here. Works up through my roof and listens to GPS and then locks to the satellites. Over.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's what I hope to have here. And it'll keep you advised.
Anyway, can you rotate the 220 antenna?
Yeah, Paul, you're always here, S9 here, no matter where I point. And, geez, I had a comment, but I can't remember. Oh, the carrier, just on and off, right on this frequency, actually, 2 hertz lower. It's very loud here, and I got the notch on to kill it.
Well, maybe it's a legitimate somebody tuning up here, over. Who knows? We should have a new one in here tonight. We've never had John before. KR6MR has got something. Oh, I guess he said he has a Yaesu Fox Tango 736. He was on last week, but for some reason he was listening on the wrong frequency. I don't know what because when you tune the radio, it tunes to the correct frequency if it's all set up normally. 222.1 is where 222.1 is, so I don't know, maybe he didn't know the frequency was 222.1, maybe he was listening on 222.000, I don't know. Anyway, he should be in here tonight, and that'll be good. So we'll get a few more check-ins, hopefully. It's good to have you back on here. I'll let you go. I'm missing W6PQL, but I'll come back and get him, and maybe he's also going to have 52 down in Santa Barbara for us also. So that'll be good. Let me head on up to KR6MR and see if we can copy John. 7-3 for now, and of course we'll see you on 6 meters a little bit later. N6RO Oakley, K6MYC near Fresno.
Roger. I'll be on 6. I've already had dinner, so I can watch a little TV from now until 6 meters. N6RO.
Alrighty, very good. See you in a little bit there. Anybody else? While I'm pointed this way, let me go back and see if W6PQL is here.
KM6SRR.
I hear you, Rob. Good evening.
Good evening, Mike. Yeah, just finished with the nets there, and I had to follow up on a check-in with the Porterville net, so I'm a little late. Aaron is at his parents' for dinner.
Okay. Well, that's why he hasn't made any noise here, but I'll check him in. At 1200 with you?
You're Roger on that, and I don't know who you've already checked in.
Well, let me see if I can regurgitate the list here. First station in was K6 Whiskey India Sugar 637. And then we finally got Fred, KD6SOK 507. And then I went down and got Tom, 610, KW6S. And then I came back up and got 835. We're missing Jim, WB6JNN. No, don't check in yet from him. And we don't have any check-in from W6PQL or 52 yet either. So I went right on up and got N6RO, and he's got the transverter, the new transverter up and running. Were you able to hear Ken?
Yeah, I heard a little bit there. Couldn't quite make out the words, but it sounded like his voice. So I've been listening since then.
Yeah, you're just listening on the whole loop?
Yep, got a pair of stacked whole loops.
Okay, well, he wasn't really strong tonight. He's running 200 watts, he says, but it doesn't sound like 200. He's not real bodacious in here like I would think he should be. But I wasn't going to complain. I was just happy that he was on there at all. Over.
Yeah, that'd be great. We might get 2 new ones back tonight, huh?
Well, yeah. So I'm heading up now to see if we can pick up KR6MR. But that's the list to this point. Over.
Okay, thank you. KM6SR listening.
Okay, I'm going to start calling here. KR6MR, 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 Meadow Vista, K6MYC, Bozo Net, calling and listening. KR6MR, 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 Bozo Net, calling you, John. KR6MR. We got you. Pretty good signal, too. 759 KR6MR. Good evening. And quite a good signal. Very sharp audio, very crisp, but different sound completely from your normal audio. But it's good. Don't get me wrong. So you're sounding good. And Rob is also listening. I don't know whether he'll hear you with his whole loops, but we'll see. KR6MR 759 K6MYC. Over.
Okay, Mike. Yeah, good copy. Being an old radio, I'm limited on adjustments I can do for the microphone. I do have the Kenwood MC60 plugged into this radio. Over.
Yeah, I tuned off of you with the antenna just a bit. I missed the last comment. What about this radio? I'm struggling with you a little bit. I know you can't do anything about the microphone. You've got the microphone comes with the radio. No, I'm not complaining about the audio. It's just different. It doesn't have a lot of body. It's crisp and clean, but no body, no strong body to it. It doesn't matter. But I was moving the antenna back and forth, but you keep turning it back to me before I come back on your heading here. I've got 336 at the moment, but I think I'm a little bit high. So give me just a little bit more chatter. KR6MR and also Tom, KW6S, KW6 Sugar is listening for you. So you might, when you're done with me, you might swing over that way and give Tom a call in Santa Cruz. KR6MR, K6MYC in the Bozo Net. Over.
Yeah, okay, Mike. Yeah, KR6MR. For a little chatter. Today, high. Here was 77 degrees was my high. No, 81 was my high. That's it. 81, currently 77. 87 in the shack and cooling off. Over.
Okay, I'm missing what is 77? My question to you is, I didn't get what you said about 77. Over.
7, over.
Oh, I doubled with you. I said, what is 77? Go ahead.
Oh, outside temperature. Over.
Oh, outside temperature. Okay, very good. Yeah, it's a little warmer than that here. I think we're just in about 80 at the moment, maybe 80, 85, something like that. But it's comfortable. But I'm quite cool in the shack here. I've got the swamp cooler running, and it's blowing on me from the other room there. So I've got some cool air coming this direction. It wasn't too hot today. We probably got into the low 90s, so that's it. But good to hear you. And when I clear with you and go toward, when I go to Nevada, why don't you swing over toward Santa Cruz and make some calls and see if you can hook up with anybody in San Jose or Santa Cruz. KR6MR, K6MYC, over. We'll see you on 6 meters. We'll see you on 6 meters in a few minutes there. Congratulations on getting 220 running. Thank you very much for coming up on 220. Hi. KR6MR, K6MYC. Anybody else that's copying, come now. Otherwise, I'm going to Nevada.
Yeah, this is Kilo 6 Whiskey India Sugar. Any copy there, Mike? Over.
Yeah, pretty good copy, and I bumped the antenna just a little bit, but I don't think I'm quite peaked on you. You're always just a little bit north of where I get KR6MR. Sometimes signals are so good I can't tell the difference, but I touched it and it went about 2 or 3 degrees and you came up a little bit. So it's better signal here on the direct path than it was on the bounce, over.
Yeah, good evening again, Mike. K6MYC in the group. This is K6WIS. Yeah, QSB as usual, swinging your signal anywhere from S1 all the way up to S9. As you finished your transmission then, it was almost S9. So anyway, a good copy, and a good copy on John KR6MR as well. He's consistently 5x9 here into Placerville. Over.
Well, that's good. That's good. Then you know when each other when the other guy's on there. Very good. Let's see if Rob's getting anything from you, because you're very strong at the moment. Rob, are you copying anything on the direct path from K6 Whiskey India Sugar? Go ahead, Rob.
Yes, for a while there he came up, and it was like S1. I could just make out what he was saying. Then he kind of in and out a little bit, so I got some QRM.
Okay, we got a little bit from you, Paul. How much power are you running on 220? I've forgotten, over.
500 watts. 500 watts, Mike, and I did not hear anything from Rob. Over.
Yeah, I don't think Rob is running 500. I think he's only running 100 or something. How much power are you running, Rob?
Yeah, just the power out of the radio here, which I think is like 30 or something like that. I've got a kilowatt, but I haven't got to put it in the station. You know, I had problems with stuff spilling water and too many cords getting all messed up, so I haven't put it back in.
QSL, right now he's only running 20 or 30 watts, probably from the, what's this, Fox Tango 736, right, Rob?
Yep, QSL.
Yeah, it's the same radio that John has there, 17th FT736, Paul. But he's hearing just traces of you, so he's only using a whole loop on receive, however, over.
Okay, Roger, Mike. Go QRT on this frequency now. This is K6WIS 73.
Yeah, I think John is trying to call Santa Cruz. That's fine. 73s, we'll see you on 6 if you can make it. K6WIS, K6MYC going to Nevada. Here we are up to Nevada. KE7UQL, KE7 Uniform Quebec London, KE7UQL Daniel. Wonder if you're there tonight. K6MYC, over.
Here is 272. This is 272. KE7UQL. Wide awake, over.
Wide awake as opposed to last night. You were sleeping last night, right?
No, I was was awake. I just didn't get the antenna up in time. Over.
Oh, I didn't realize you didn't get the antenna back up. I didn't realize it was a 2-meter antenna that you had taken down. I guess you were working the field day and you didn't get everything back together. I didn't remember that. Okay, well, you're sounding good here tonight. Very nice to hear you. And we've got 2 recovered stations in here. KR6MR's new. He's never been on here before. And we got N6 Radio Oscar back in with a new transverter. So he's new in the sense of new equipment. So we got a little bigger pile of people here today to work with. Anyway, great to hear you. Of course, we missed you last night, but no worries. And we did have a contact with Richard and Eric, and Stan was in there last night as well. So we got 3 out of 4 or 5 out of your area anyway. Hi. You're sounding good here. And I don't know whether Rob's hearing you or not, but let me just check. Rob, did you catch anything at all from Daniel?
Yep, got his call sign pretty good, and a couple of words, and then he kind of dropped out on me, but almost there.
Okay, not bad for a whole loop. He's got a stacked pair of whole loops he's listening for you. He heard your call sign and all for just a short period there, Daniel. He's running about 20 or 30 watts, so you probably won't hear him very much unless you got good ears. Hi. KE7UQL on the group, K6MYC.
Yeah, nothing from Rob at this time. Nothing, no heard from Rob. And I need to unfreeze this mast. It sunk down into the mud back in December, and I can't turn it left or right. So I have to unfreeze it so I can go after N6RO. Roger?
Yeah, Roger. Okay. Well, I'm sure you'll get to that before too long. Okay, on not being able to rotate very well at this point. Anyway, you're sounding very steady tonight. Very nice copy. I wouldn't call it armchair, but it's just below armchair copy, where I could say you're not in this room, but you're in the adjoining room with me here. Over.
Okay, a little bit of faith going there, a little bit, no trouble. Still have good copy on you. We'll go ahead and let you go, because I know you have others to get to. K6MYC, KE7UQL, 73. We'll see you tomorrow, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. Look for you tomorrow on 1296 for sure, and look forward to that. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you for being here on 222, and of course we'll see you. If we miss you tomorrow for some reason, we'll see you on Wednesday. I'm pretty sure you'll have the 2-meter antennas back up by Wednesday. Anyway, 7-3, and again, thank you very much. A little flutter, a little fade, but still very easy, solid copy. KE7UQL in Carson City, or near Carson City. Gardnerville? No, Carson City. K6MYC. 7-3, Daniel. 7-3. Okay, I'm going to go back to the Bay Area. We're missing W6PQL and KWB6JNN, so let's see if we can get those boys in here. There is... That should be pretty close to WB6JNN. WB6JNN. Jim, are you here? Yeah, I wonder where Jim is tonight. How about W6PQL? WB6JNN. There you are, by golly. Give me a little chatter. I'll come back on you. Over.
Oh, okay. WB6JNN, by the way, Jim's up frequency, working this up. WB6 Juliet, November, no.
Okay. Do you know if he's actually made contact with QIW there? Over.
Well, he was on CW, and he just, 4 or 5 minutes now.
Okay, are they just struggling with each other, or are they actually working each other?
No, he's not there tonight.
Go ahead, Jim. Say again.
I say he's not there tonight.
Oh, he's not there tonight. Oh, darn. Okay, because we got a pretty good check-in list going tonight. We got a new station, KR6MR. John up at Meadow Vista is on with about 80, 90 watts from Meadow Vista up there. He's got a Yaesu Fox Tango 736, and it sounds pretty good. So he's new, and N6RO has got the new transverter, and it's up and running. So we worked Ken also. So you were the only one that was missing, you and N52. I don't think there's anybody else now in the Bay Area. If you can remember, let's see, we've got KW6S in Santa Cruz, KD6SOK, WB6JNN, and then yourself in the Bay Area. That's all that's left on 222, isn't that right, Jim?
I think so. I don't think, let's see, Stan or Oliver work 432, so we probably wouldn't expect to see them here. And, of course, the 775 fella, the other Mike, I don't think he has 222 either, so that's about it. K6MYC, W6PQL.
Okay, very good. Let's see if Rob is copying you with his whole loops. Rob, you hearing anything from Jim?
He came up real quick for a little bit, a couple words, and then back down where I can't hear him.
Okay, heard a couple of words, Jim, and then it faded out again. So the band has got lots of QSB inlet today, which is helping Rob at least hear people. He's heard everybody that I'm working, but only briefly for 3 or 4 words, and then they go back down in the noise again. But not bad for a pair of stacked whole loops. Okay, let me shoot it back to J and N, see if he's got anything to add to this pile, and then we'll look for going over to 6 meters and catch everybody over there, I hope. WB6JNN with W6PQL and the group K6MYC.
Oh, just a quick break here. Paul said that he broke in and said that we should be looking for K6KOI also.
Paul said we should check in K6KOI?
No, he suggested we should check for him. We should check to see if he's there.
Oh, yeah, well, he's always loud, so I would hear him. If he was there, I would have heard him already. I didn't call for him. I had forgotten. He's inconsistent on this 222 band, and he doesn't have a lot of power, so he doesn't consider it a very effective band for him, so he doesn't think about it too much. But he does get on here. But we could use his check-in tonight. We're missing also K6KLY, and we're missing WA60IB over here in our area. But that's about it. I don't think there's anybody else now in the San Joaquin Valley that has 222 that I can remember anyway. Maybe N6BYH has it, but I don't remember whether he has it or not, Rob. Anyway, 7-3, Jim, thank you. And let me see if I can hear WB6JNN if he has any further comment. WB6JNN, K6MYC.
No, not really. I'm just sitting in here watching some stuff on YouTube. And see you later, WB6JNN.
Okay, very good, Jim. Well, we'll look for you tomorrow night, of course, on 1296. So thank you very much for coming up here. Good signal. And no problems at all once I get pointed at you. 73s, and we'll see all of you guys, KD6SOK, WB6JNN, and W6PQL, and perhaps others on 1296 tomorrow. 73 all, K6MYC. We'll see you in a few minutes on 6 meters. Here we go. Okay, Rob, I thought we might have Ken in here tonight. He's back from the coast, but he must have forgotten about 222 tonight. KM6SRR, K6MYC.
Yeah, I forget. He was talking about something he had going on. He's been keeping kind of busy. I did want to pass on something Aaron wanted to ask you. He says that the rotor there for the 222 isn't connected to the streaming computer anymore. He was wondering if it hasn't been working the last 2 weeks.
Well, I disconnected it. I reconnected it, and it's connected back up again, but maybe it's glitched for some reason. It's connected to the box, and but I was clumsy when I hooked it back up, and I actually touched it. I don't know if any pins touched, but it may have done the damage to the circuit. The pins may have touched the output, the motor output leads, because I was feeling around back there, and I got the connector over the top of the leads, and if there was anything hot sticking out from the terminal strip, it's kind of barriered. It's sort of got barriers between it, but I might have possibly touched something, because I think that's when I had trouble with the UPS, but I don't know if it was related. It was about that time when I looked up and I didn't have any computer on. But the UPS and everything is reset, and the computer seemed to be fine. But maybe there's something wrong with this cable. We'll have to have, maybe Frank can look at it, or they can get on the phone together with Aaron, and they can troubleshoot it when Frank is here. Frank should be here Thursday, so you might mention that to Aaron. We'll be on this radio again on Thursday, so it'll be a good day before we get on 432 to make sure that we've got readout from the control box. We may have damaged something inside the control box. Maybe the RS-232 was damaged in the touching of the wrong stuff there. So it might have been my error. I felt stupid for doing it, but I was trying to find a connector place to plug it in, and I was way off. And I touched the back side of the terminal strip where the power leads are, as opposed to just below it where the RS-232 connection is. Over.
Did you smell any of that magic smoke?
No.
Did you see any sparks?
No, I didn't see sparks, and I didn't see RS-232 smoke either.
Well, the verdict is up in the air. Anyway, Aaron was asking about it, so I'll text that to him, and he wants me to tell him when we're switching over to 6.
Okay, well, we're switching over, and that radio is turned off. I mean, that control box is turned off, but I will turn it on now. But I'm going to be turning it on and off intermittently so I don't overheat it, so I can continue to rotate it. We were going to put a new box in, but the one we tried didn't work either. Over.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right, I think we've got everybody. If Ken's not going to be in here tonight, then we've got everybody, and I was going to make a count. What do you got?
Let me see here. Hang on. I'm showing 12. One, two. Copy?
Yes, I do. I counted. I think I'm counting 13, but I can't count real good. And I may have written the number down twice, so 12 is close enough for now.
Okay. Do you want to send me a picture, or is this good enough?
Well, the 6 meter is on the same sheet, so if I send a picture, it'll be 6 and 220.
Okay. Sounds good to me. AM6 SRR.
Okay, this is K6MYC, Bozo 47 in Delta Mike 07 Delta Bravo, closing the 222.1 Bozo Net on June 29, 2026, and going over and lighting up 50.140 for the Bozo Net there. I did have an opening. I worked one guy in Nebraska today. Only guy on the band. The only signal I heard, he was in Nebraska running a dipole on 100 watts. So the band was open, but nobody home. I worked him with ease. So the band has been open every day a little bit. And it might have been open longer than that, but I was just in the other room and I could hear voices coming out the speaker. If that goes on for a minute or two, then it wakes me up. Otherwise, it's so distant, and sometimes I don't pick it up right away.
Mike should be here. I heard him getting off the 222.
I'm going to point mine due north in case one of the guys there in Nevada's on.
I didn't catch the voice on who said, "Hey, Rob."
Oh, that's Mike. W-A-C-A.
Okay. I hear your voice now. It was too quick for me to catch it, I guess, earlier. Anyway, Mike should be here any minute.
Roger. How'd the antenna building go?
Well, everybody was so fat and sassy eating the barbecue that they seemed to kind of leave and didn't do much building.
You mean they ate and ran?
Yeah, they talked a little and then kind of left, so they weren't all that interested in it, I guess.
Well, that's what happens is you feed them first before the work.
Yeah, that's for sure. I think they're going to try to reschedule and do it on this Thursday.
I don't know what you did, Rob, but you went down to about nothing.
I'm rotating so I can be up towards Nevada when Mike gets on there.
Did you rotate your antenna, Rob?
Yes, I did. Is this Bill, AA6S?
You're comparable, but you went from about 20 over 9 down to about an F4.
Yeah, I was getting ready to rotate where Mike's pointing up in Nevada. Over.
Yeah, well, that's where I'm pointed right now. Anybody in Nevada here in the AA6S?
Yeah,
Anybody got F6 noise like me?
He's on there. Stand by.
Yeah, let me get my earphones on here. Here's 2.5 here, but I got a lot of noise. I got to figure out what speaker to plug the headphones into. Go ahead, give me a shout again. AA6S.
Yeah, AA6S, kilowatt Delta 6, Bravo, Quebec. You're 5 and 8, 58 in Delta Mexico 09er, over.
Yeah, Roger, the 5 and 6. My bum ears, I know who you are, but I still don't hear your call perfectly. But anyway, you're 2.5 here in Visalia, about a 5 and 5. And sitting here with some weird weather, liking it. Not as hot as it normally would be. Are you copying him there, Rob? A6S over to KM6SRR.
I've got you, Richard, K6MYC.
Yeah, I was hearing him, Bill and Mike, KM6SRR.
We've got you checked in, Bill. We've got Mike checked in. We've got Richard checked in. We've got Rob and Candy checked in here. And Mike is also checked in to K6MYC. He's right at the top of the list here for some reason.
And WB6GGY.
And Phil is in here too, by golly. Good signal, Phil. We got 88.4 in here. Good evening, Phil.
Very good evening, WB6GGY. Good evening,
Anybody copying Bill there? How about you, Phil? Bill, Bravo India Lima Lima. Bill, are you copying Phil, Papa Hotel India Lima? Over.
Just barely. I got a lot of noise, a lot of eggs flying. Richard was coming in okay, KD6BQ, but the other station is pretty light here, Mike. So,
well, he's in Twainhart, so above Yosemite, you probably have to point about 330 for him.
Let me move the antenna then.
Yeah, no worries. Anyway, thank you for calling in, Phil. Let's see, I'm sure WA6AAJ is copying you. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, he's pretty light for me too. WB6GGY, WB6GGY, WA6AAJ, over.
Copy, WB6GGY. We do copy. WB6GGY, over.
He got you fine. Go ahead, Mike.
Really wait.
Yeah, he's got you fine. He's got good copy on you. How much power are you running, Phil?
Running about 600 watts, so go ahead.
I guess everybody's got terrible noise down here. He's running 600 watts, Mike.
Okay, yeah, I mean, it's mine's S6 noise. That's bad.
You have noise on me, Mike, did you say?
He's got noise on you. He's running S6 on background noise, so that's what's killing you, Phil. You need about 10 kW, okay?
Copy.
Now fire up the big rig, okay?
Hey, I'm hearing you okay, Phil. KM6SR.
Hey, Phil.
Go ahead, over.
Go ahead, Rob.
WB6GGY, KM6SR. I've got a copy on you, Phil.
Yeah, I copy you fine. You're good copy, no problem at all. WB6GGY, we copy you loud and clear.
Okay, Phil, thanks. Yeah, you're just above my noise. I got bad noise here, too. And I'm putting out about a kilowatt towards the antenna. I don't know how much you're getting there. Good to hear you.
Phil, it's Q5 up here.
There you go, Rob.
Yeah, Richard said I'm loud up there, huh?
And I can also hear Phil. 6S, over.
Go again, Bill. You got covered.
WB6GGY, AA6S, over.
Phil, are you copying Bill now? Alpha 6 Sugar. Bill is calling you Phil, over.
I copy you loud and clear, but I'm not copying anybody else right now.
Okay, try it again, Bill. Okay, AA6S, call WB6GGY. Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, Bill, WB6GGY. WB6GGY. When you were talking to Rob, you were Q5, but you're back down pretty low again now. When Rob called you, you were up, but you're not real strong right now. WB6GGY, AA6S, over. AA6S, WB6GGY. I copy, but you're very light. WB6GGY, over. Yeah, WB6GGY, you're up okay now. Okie doke, 73's Bill, thanks for the contact. WB6GGY, AA6S.
Bill, AA6S, doesn't sound like you got the amp on. You're not even very strong here, over.
I'm running more juice than you are. He's copyable up in Nevada.
Yeah, well, I think he's running power. It's just he must be pointed off. Must have Vienna side null or something. I got him. He's readable here, but he's just not as loud as he normally is. when Bill points this way. He usually crushing me and from Visalia. Over.
You're very weak here, Mike. About an S5 or S4.
Yeah, well, who knows? I'm making power, so it's just we got each other in each other's antenna nulls here. Anyway, Richard, you want to see if there's anybody else up there before we point toward KR6MR? We did work him. We worked John on 220 tonight, which was a breakthrough. First time he's ever been on 222. We got him first time out of the barrel. So he's got the ICOM, the Yaesu 736 working pretty well. KD6BQ in the group, K6MYC. Check for others.
Roger. 982. Anybody else up here in that area want to check into the Bozo Net? Mike's listening for a call. Go ahead.
I hear you, Daryl.
I don't hear anything up here, but I've heard everybody down there, including Phil.
Yeah, okay. He's even hearing you, Phil, off the back of your antenna there from Twain Hart. Very good. Thank you, Richard. And we'll see you tomorrow night. We'll see you tomorrow night on 1296, okay?
Yep, we'll give it a try, and we'll look forward to it. 7-3 for now. K6MYC, KD6BQ, number 249.
Yeah, and remember, on that 1296 thing, there could be 5 or 6 minutes where there's just no signal. I'll do my best to get there around 8:05 to 8:10. That's the window we used to have that was the best. I think it was an airplane pattern, but I may not be able to make it there in that time frame. 7-3, KD6BQ, K6MYC coming back down to KR6MR now.
I'm here, Mike. K6MYC in the group, KR6MR, Bozo 759.
I hear you, John. Very good. I wasn't even pointed toward you yet, but got you 759. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, I listened to you and the A6AJ and SRR and AA6S. All of you guys are coming in up here.
Oh, very good, very good. It was good to work you on 222 tonight as well. The band was up and down. There was some QSB. I missed a couple of things, but mostly because I was swinging the antenna back and forth to try and get a peak on you, and every time I'd get a peak, it would go away. So it was hard to find where exactly the peak was, but it turned out when all things were said and done, it was right where it should have been at about 333, 335. That's about where I get you, and I had to go to about 340 for Paul. Over.
Yeah, okay. Well, we're just a few degrees off from one another. Oh, Paul came in here like gangbusters. That's just, he almost bent the S meter high.
Yeah, that's what he said. You're rock solid up there on 220. Great signal.
Well, let's hope that we get the same great contact tomorrow night on 1296.
Yeah, well, cross our fingers. Shouldn't be any problem. Hopefully we'll have decent conditions. I think the weather's a little bit unstable. We're still moving through a different weather pattern here. So it might be a little rumply, but we'll probably at least get a peek on you somewhere in there. Anyway, let's see if anybody else is copying. Anybody else copying John and Meadow Vista, give him a call. KR6MR, Meadow Vista standing by. Go ahead, guys.
Hi, John, N6RO.
Hey, good evening, N6RO, KR6MR. You're always in here like gangbusters.
Yeah, I got one antenna on you and one on Mike.
Well, that's nice to have a pair of antennas.
Yeah, it works as a stack and azimuth control in different directions.
I hear you fine. You're checked in, Ken.
Okay, you want to report?
Sure.
Okay, 6MYC N6RO, Bozo 835, high temperature 90, and dinner was an experiment. It was a pulled pork burger. I like pulled pork and other things, but I never made a burger out of it, and it was really good. It took me 45 minutes to eat it. And I think they got 222 ironed out, and now I got to work on stability. the 10 megahertz short. N6 tomorrow.
Yeah, well.
Correct.
There you go. Go ahead, Bill.
Same here. You're about the loudest signal I've heard. You're soaking into my stereo. N6RO, thanks again. A6S, over.
Roger. Good to hear you. You're all this loud. When you point this way.
Yeah, well, I'm pointed at you right now.
Right. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay. Well, I'm just listening here. Anybody else want to give KR6MR in Meadow Vista a call? Go ahead now. How about you, Mike?
I can barely pick him up.
Okay.
I can hear him, Mike. KM6SR. How you doing, John? KR6MR. KM6SR. Yeah, you're coming. You're loud.
Okay, yeah, KM6SRR, KR6MR, good evening.
He came back, Rob, and said good evening. Go ahead.
Boy, he dropped way down. Maybe it's still pointed over to Ken, where he was talking to you the first time. I could hear him really good.
Yeah, it's up and down. He's up and down here, but I haven't lost him yet. But signals go from real strong to mediocre. All right, John, thanks much. And we'll look for you tomorrow night, of course, on 1296. It was good to work you tonight on 222. We had a total of 12 check-ins on 222. A little bit short of where we should be, but we got closer, and you certainly helped with the new station over there, over.
Yeah, okay, very good, Mike. I'm happy to do it. So, look for you tomorrow night, N73, KR6MR, back to net.
Roger, 73. Okay, I'm going to try and rotate some more here. Every time I stop, I'm turning my box off. Now I'm going back down. I've got N6RO, but let me just see here. I think I want to try for the guys in the valley in front of M6RO, KD6 Whiskey Victor Lima, or KO6IQR. Anybody copy?
N6 BCC.
Oh, N6. Now you better do that phonetically. You better listen to your call. Every letter sounds like E or G. GGC or GCC or whatever it was. November 6, GCC. Go ahead, and do you have a Bozo number, over?
November 6, Bravo, Charlie, 1134.
Oh, hi, Merle. Sorry about that. I did not hear the B. That's why it's so important to use phonetics. You know, the B's, there's so many letters that have the E sound, it's so hard to tell. And you're not real strong. I probably went past you a little bit here. But good to hear you, Merle. Hopefully things are well with you. We haven't heard you for a week or so, over.
Yeah, last week I had a few things I had to take care of. And I thought I'd go on ahead and jump in there and, you know, see if I can get out. I haven't done a whole lot today. I spent most of the day over in the emergency room. Kidney stone again. Yay! I tell you, that's about the number 27 I've had through the past 30 years, 40 years. I'm getting a little tired of them.
I'm sorry, I missed what it is that you had over the last 27 years. What was it?
Kidney stones. Kidney stones.
Oh, yeah, magic stones. Yeah, K stones. They're wonderful. Are you making beads for your girlfriend yet?
Yeah, I tell you. I've given up like drinking milk and all kinds of stuff, but yeah, I still get them every now and then. It's been almost a year since I've had any, so about a year and a half now, so I guess I shouldn't complain. They're getting farther and fewer between, but yeah, one is one too many.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Bill, KO6KD, used to get them pretty terrible. Ken, WA6OIB takes a product called Stone Free. I think it's called Stone Free or No Stone or something like that. That seems to work for Ken. Have you tried that?
No, I haven't. I'll have to check into that.
I think it's called Stone Free, but the druggist will know if you say something like that. They know what it is. Over.
Hey, Roger. Yeah, we'll have to take and check into that and everything. Yeah, if I sound a little different tonight, I'm on my Heil headset instead of my desk mic.
Yeah, you're a little sharper and crisper. I like the sound of it. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't recognize you when you first called in 6BCC. Over.
Hey, Roger. Yeah, I haven't used it in a while. I got to start getting used to using it again. Everything, you know. So I didn't do anything there for field day, and wasn't really feeling it this year. Just didn't feel good, and I know why, but yeah, when the CQP comes up, I want to have it all dialed in and ready with the headset again.
There you go. Rob, are you copying Merle?
Yep, not just barely above the noise level. How you doing, Merle? N6BCC KM6SRR.
I can actually hear you tonight. Yeah, I hear you actually pretty good there. Not as strong as Mike, but I can hear you in there. So how you been?
Oh, I'm hanging in there. Yeah, I'm hearing you a little better now. I guess the propagation is kind of up and down. Yep, good to hear you. Just kind of doing the old stuff here in the ranchetta.
Hey, Roger. Yeah, doggone it. Ain't too often I get a chance to talk to you and stuff, and yeah, definitely good to hear you. Actually, you're sounding better now than when you first started, so the band must be coming up a little bit.
Yep, I think so. I'm getting a good copy on you. Hey, I'm glad you're getting over that little rock affair you got going there.
Oh, I tell you, I hate those things. I woke up about 3 o'clock this morning, and I already knew what it was, and I took and take me over emergency room. And every time they always put give me a bunch of IV stuff because I get dehydrated real quick. And, yeah, I was there most of the day, and then finally got to come home. Yeah, I got a ways to go to feel 100%, but being retired, it don't matter.
Yep, no, I hear you on that. Yeah, I'm retired too. Yeah, when I was in with the wife here a little ways back, we were like 9.5 hours in the emergency room at the hospital. So I hear you there. It's kind of a long time.
Hey, Roger. All right then, Rob. I'm going to go ahead and jump out of here and let Mike get on with the net there. And definitely a pleasure talking to you again. We'll definitely catch you again another time here. And Mike, good hearing you again. You sound like you're doing pretty good, and we'll catch you a little bit later. So, N6BCC, I'll be QRT on yours.
Okay, very good, Merle. Well, if you happen to talk to Brett, he's intermittent now. He's been spotty. He checks in, and then it goes a week or two. He doesn't check in, then he checks in. So if you run across him, give him our best. Tell him I know he'll check in when he can there. 7-3 for now, Merle, and it sounds like you're on the mend. But check out the Stone Free or something like that, and maybe that'll help out. Let's see, KD6WVL or KO6IQR. Either one of you here? Okay. I couldn't tell which one it was. Was that KD6 Whiskey Victor Lima? Is that a Roger?
Roger.
Okay, 1179. We've got you. Not real strong, but we've got you, John. Over. Yeah, I'm not going to wiggle the antenna. I think I'm pretty close, but I'm copying you, and you are checked in. But I don't want to wiggle the antenna because it's liable to quit. The controller's liable to quit on me any time now, so I don't want to have it stop before I get to the Bay Area. So 73s, and we'll see you tomorrow. Or actually, we'll see you on Wednesday, John. Thanks very much for your check-in here on 6 meters. KD6WVL, K6MYC, clear, listing for KO6IQR. I golly, I'm not hearing Mario. How about W6 Whiskey Zulu Zulu? Anybody else in the San Joaquin Valley? QRZ Bozo Net, 6 meters, K6MYC.
KC5, DTU.
Oh, off the backside. Okay. Hi, Kerry. Good to hear you. KC5, DTU. I guess they're shooting at each other again, huh?
Roger, roger. Yeah, that's to be expected. How you been doing up there on the hill, Mikey?
Oh, I'm hanging in here. I've been weeding, and it's been quite cool, so it's been nice weather in the 80s. Today it was a little warmer. I think we pushed toward 90, but it wasn't bad. Anyway, good to hear you, Kerry. I'll have the antenna down your way in a few minutes, but you're Q5 at least at this point. Rob, you want to say hello to Kerry?
Sure. How you doing, Kerry? KC5DTU, KM6SR. Yeah, I'm not pointed your way, but hopefully you can hear me. I was hearing you okay. Oh, doing fine. Just trying to clean the place up and the normal stuff you do up in the ranchetta.
Good. Q5 down here in Clovis. So I'll turn it back to you there, Mikey.
Okay, very good, Kerry. Thanks for checking in. Good to hear you. We'll look for you tomorrow night. Try to check in tomorrow night on 1296 if you can remember, and then maybe we can jump down and check out 1210. 1296.10, over.
Roger, roger, will do. And we'll talk to you then.
Alrighty. I'm having a little trouble copying now because I'm pointed toward the Bay Area, but I got you. 7-3. QRZ the Bay Area, W6PQL. Anybody else in the Bay Area for 6 meters? Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie. I hear somebody in there, but I need some help. Who is it that's calling? Somebody else jump in there in the Bay Area and tell me who that was. K6MYC Bozo Net listening, over.
K6MYC there,
WB6WNI, I hear you, Gary. You're Q5. Who was that?
What's your name, Joe?
I double with you. WB6WNI 1090 1090 K6MYC. I got you. Who was the other guy that called in?
Okay, Mike, I understand you're talking to me. The noise here is really bad, but I did hear you copy. So I'm going to keep it short because the noise is continuing to be bad, but we'll take 73 and then we'll meet you again on Wednesday night. K6MYC there, D6WNI.
Okay, I'm asking you, can you hear the other station that's trying to call in? Can you hear the other station that's trying to call in, Gary, over?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you want. I did not. However, Chris, 1226 is not here, and I've heard nobody else, Mike, but the noise level is S7, so they would have to be at least as strong as you or better. Stop you?
Roger. Understand about your S7 noise level. Well, you're doing fine. You're Q5 with difficulty. Q5 with difficulty here. I've got a little grungy noise in there also. Anyway, thank you, Gary. Stay on frequency and maybe you can hear the other stations that call in. I may miss them. Okay, 7-3, Gary. Stay on frequency and don't leave for a couple of minutes. Maybe you'll hear somebody I don't hear. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. How about you, Mike? How about W6PQL?
Chris, just go ahead and call. Mike, Chris, K6QYH is on frequency.
Give me the call, QYH. That's, I forgot who that is. See if you can get a boson number for him from the, I know where he is, but I can't remember. Go ahead.
Oh, Chris, go ahead. Mike said to go ahead.
QYH. I got him now, but he's not readable.
QSL, he says he could hear you, but not readable. So I'll stick around, but I'll get back to you, Mike.
Okay, well, the other one that I may not be able to hear is Stan, so let's see if Stan is in there. Have Stan make a transmission, because he's got a marginal system, and he doesn't like to transmit unless he knows he's going to be heard, but you got to coax him. So see if you can get AB6 Sugar Radio to make a transmission, Gary, over.
Very well, yep. AB6SR, Stan, AB6SR, if you want frequency, go ahead. Yeah, just click it. Mike, go Stan, back to you.
Okay, no copy on Stan, huh? All righty. Anybody else in the Bay Area, please? Bay Area. Kilowatt 6, Mike Yankee Charlie, Bozo Net, over. Nothing heard, Gary. I'm going to go down to Santa Cruz. Here we go to Santa Cruz. 7-3, Gary.
Yes, everything right.
Okay, Santa Cruz. KW6S, AF6 United. KW6S and AF6 United. K6MYC, calling and listening.
Alpha Fox 6 United, I am here, but I could hear you better when you were pointed at the Bay Area. You dropped off quite far there, Mike.
Okay, well, we've got you, Lee. Hey, give me a longer transmission, and I'll come back to where it peaks on you. Sometimes that's just a band peak and not a real peak. Over.
Roger. Well, I'll give it some chatter here and see what happens. But like I said, when you were pointed up in the Bay Area, you were a good 2 S units higher than what you are when you started calling us down here in the area, in the Monterey area. So yeah, I'm not sure if there's something going on with the directionality of the rotator, or if there's just some other kind of juju going on out there. K6MYC from AF6 United.
Yeah, well, the antenna's off about 6 or 7 degrees. I'm up about 276, and usually you're at 269, so that's we're pretty close, but I was still a bit too far for you. This should be better, right?
Roger. Yeah, you're back up to your old self there.
Okay. So good to hear you here. And thanks for being there. And I don't know if we're going to hear Tom. We did hear Tom on 220, finally. So that was good, but and he said he would be here. It's still before 9 o'clock. He should be still awake, over.
Well, I'll step aside here for a minute, and you can give him a call again and see if you can wake him up out there. K6MYC in the group, AF6 United.
Well, let me just see first before that if Rob, are you copying anything from Lee tonight? He's strong here.
Oh, yeah, I was just waiting to break in there. Yeah, how you doing, Lee? Got a good copy on you tonight, AF6 United, KM6SR.
Well, KM6SRR, I've got a copy on you. It's not a real good one. You're just barely above the noise level. But I can finally understand some of the words that you're saying. Woohoo!
Yeah, that's great, huh? Yep, it's once in a while we get a chance to communicate. That's what it's all about, I guess, huh?
Roger. Well, we'll cross our fingers next time. I guess 2 meters on Wednesday night there. We'll see what happens in that realm. All right, KM6SRR. Good to hear from you, Rob. AF6 United. Back to you, Mike.
Okay, Lee, yeah, where I'm pointing at you, you're a lot further north than normal, so maybe I'll try that on the 2 meter, and maybe we'll have better luck there, too. Okay, thanks. Back to you, Mike, KM6SR.
Yeah, well, that's what I found, too, and I wasn't sure whether it was my calibration or what, but I'm at 276, 277 for him, where he's peaking. So we're pretty close here, but I'm north of where I normally would be. So there was another voice underneath Lee the whole time. I don't know whether who's talking in there, but who is the other station that wants to call in? Maybe it's Tom, but Tom would be stronger than that. Who is the other station? This is Kilowatt 6 Mike, Yankee Charlie, Bozo Net. Go ahead. They're just two people talking together. I don't know who that is. Do you know? Anybody know who that is? They're talking about horizontal and vertical antennas and stuff. How about KW6S? Tom, are you here? Tom isn't watching the clock again. Anybody else copying Lee while we're waiting for Tom to show up? Anybody else in the San Joaquin for Lee there? AF6 United. Call now, please. Can you hear that other conversation, Rob?
No, I've been trying to find it. Can't seem to hear him.
I'm back to 270 for Tom, and I lost them. Oh, there they are. They're in that direction toward Tom. So it's somebody in the Santa Cruz area, I guess, or somebody's talking there.
I'm not hearing anybody.
Okay, well, it's somebody in between us then, maybe WA6JKN and Gilroy or something. Anyway, we're missing
absolutely nothing.
Yeah, we're missing W6PQL. We're missing KW6S. Perhaps a couple of others in the Bay Area. K6MYC Bozo Net, Bay Area, please. Over. I can hear them talking. I'm almost getting some. I could make them out if I knew what they were saying. I mean, if I knew who they were, I could make a contact out of it because I'm hearing enough to get call signs. But so far, I haven't heard any call signs there. K6MYC Bozo Net, beaming the Bay Area, looking for check-ins or anybody that's copying me. Please identify. Kilowatt 6 Mike, Yankee Charlie, QRZ. They must be talking so close to each other they're not hearing me through that. Well, I wonder where Jim is. W6PQL was here earlier. So is Tom, KW6S. What time is it, Rob?
I show 8:54 local.
Okay, well, they shouldn't be awake yet. Oh boy, this band is sure full of noise. That's the downfall of 6 meters, I think, is noise. Human man-made crap. QRZ Bozo Net. We're looking for check-ins from the Bay Area. W6PQL, W6 Papa Queen London, or KW6S, KW6 Sugar, K6MYC, calling and listening. The other two guys are still talking. They could be in Oklahoma for all I know. Well, I guess nobody expected my rotator box to keep working. So far, it's been flawless. Go figure, huh, Rob?
Well, I think you're encouraging it by turning it off when you're not using it for a bit.
Well, that's probably helping. Although I've forgotten to turn it off now a couple of times, and I actually, where it seems to always glitch on me is when I do a quick reversal, and it doesn't like that. That's a big array, you know, and it's heavy, and it doesn't want to reverse quickly. It puts a big load on the system, and then it quits, and then it won't start again. I don't know whether that's part of it or unrelated to it, but I've always had that issue. It seems like it just doesn't want to reverse quickly. It's got a pause. It's got a delay on a quick reverse. You can't just reverse. But it's still a big array, and it's still moving when I push the reverse and when it engages. Anyway, I'm just prattling on here, waiting for check-ins. The Bay Area, W6PQL, KW6S, or others, K6MYC, Bozo Net. Boy, we might just have to wrap this thing up, Rob.
Yep, I'll take a count. So far, I've only got 17.
Yeah, well, this noise doesn't help, and of course, people are kind of frustrated with 6 meters. I mean, if we had everybody that could check in, we'd have 50. It would be like 2 meters or more. There's more people on 6, with more people that have 6-meter radios than anything else. So we could get tons. But if we get 20, I don't care. I'm doing 6 meters because a few guys want it. But 6 meters is not a necessity net as far as I'm concerned. As you hear my comment earlier, I worked one guy on Nebraska today.
Yep, it reminded me of Nebraska surplus sales when you said that.
Yeah. I don't know how close he is to Nebraska surplus sales. But anyway, I first, when I heard K0, I put him in Kansas. At first, when he came in, I thought he said Kansas. I just didn't listen close. He gave his grid square, and I guessed Kansas. And he came back quite adamantly saying, "I'm not in Kansas, I'm in Nebraska."
Well, you don't want to insult those Cornhuskers, you know.
Boy, I'll say. They're touchy mothers. No, he was a good guy. he was 81. I said, I got you by a few years. He got his license in 86, same time I did. He must have been 13 when he got his license or something.
You say in 86? That must have been before that, because you're older than that.
I said I don't know. I said 56. I think he said he got his license the same year I got mine, or 1 year before or after. I can't remember what he said, but he said he was 81, and I said I got you by a few years. I'm 89, so look out.
Okay, yeah, the year 56 sounds better.
Yeah. Well, we're just not going to get W6PQL. Must be gotten into a project downstairs and forgot. And I don't know what happened to Tom. He's usually, when he says he's going to be here, he usually is. Maybe something broke. What did you say? You got 17?
Yep, 17, QSL.
Okay. Well, I wrote 17 down, but I got lots of room on the page for more, so somebody like Mark or anybody else checks in here, why, we can increase it. But I think we'll just go ahead and close it up for the night. I don't have much else to do, but I'll go get a little tiny dessert or something, cookie and some milk or something, and head for the bed. I laid awake last night. I don't know whether I told you this or not. I laid awake last night, and I finally fell asleep about 1:30. And then at 8 o'clock, I woke up in a panic because I was in that deep sleep mode, laying face down on the mattress, comfortable as hell. And I woke up and I said, looks like it's dark in here, but I'll bet you it's later than I want it to be. And it was 8 o'clock straight up, so I did get up. But boy, I could have slept another 2 hours easy.
Yep, we all can do that for sure.
Well, I went to bed pretty early thinking that I'd worked about 5 hours in the sun yesterday, and I thought, well, I'll be tired. And I just laid there. I wasn't uncomfortable. I wasn't restless. I was just laying comfortable in one position for an hour or two at one place, and then, so I wasn't uncomfortable, but I just couldn't go to sleep.
Yeah, had too much going on in your mind, I guess, huh?
No, actually, it wasn't turmoil. Sometimes that keeps me awake, but no, I didn't have anything. I had blotted myself out, so I didn't worry about things, and I was just laying there in the comfort zone. But it wouldn't drift off to sleep, which I kept thinking, well, this is weird, because normally I just sit down in a chair and I can be listening to the news blasting in my head from 3 feet away, and I still fall asleep. But I had turned off all the news and took my hearing aids out, and it was dead quiet, and I just was laying there. I finally got up at 1 o'clock and let the cat out, or let the cat in, and then went and got some to eat, a snack, and went back to bed, and then about a half hour later I finally drifted off. Who knows? Anyway, I'll look one more time for AW6S, W6PQL, or anybody else for the 6-meter Bozo Net before we close her down for the evening here. This is Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, Mike Bozo 47, in Delta Mike 07 Delta Bravo, closing down the 50.140 Bozo Net on June 29, 2026. Good night, all. The conversation that was in the background has gone away. I can't believe that they weren't hearing me. You would think that whoever was talking that would say, well, maybe they knew who it was and they just ignored me.
Well, I think there's something to your thought about that they're so close. They can hear each other so loud that anybody else doesn't have a chance.
Well, yeah, but when they stopped talking and just sat there with the receivers, but maybe they just turned the radios off right away. I don't know. But they were having quite a good conversation there, and at times there wasn't much QSB to it. It was weird. You know, it wasn't anywhere near the amount of QSB we get on some of the stations. So that usually indicates to me that they're quite close. But who knows? I mean, one guy was just fairly steady. I don't think he went up and down more than 3 dB for 10 minutes there, over.
Yeah, I heard some voices there, but way down low in the noise. Were we going to get back to Kerry now that we turned down his way?
Well, we can do that. I don't think Kerry's still there. Are you still listening, Kerry? I think he's more tuned up for tomorrow night. We're going to do 1296, and then we're going to go down to the other frequency. Kerry's pretty convinced that we're not that far away from one of our big shutdown that they're all anticipating. I don't think it'll happen until after the 4th of July celebrations. I don't think Trump wants to interrupt that, but maybe sometime in mid-July or early August they'll have I think that's when they're going to have a shutdown. I mentioned it to the nurse up at Dr. Dan's place when she was giving me the blood heart test, blood pressure test, and she knew about it. She said, yes, we have to be aware of it. And I said, you know what the EBS is? And she said, yes, that's the emergency broadcast system. I said, did you know that Starlink can send messages to your cell phone? And that's how we're going to be kept up to date on what's going on. So be advised, keep your cell phone in good working order, because that may be our only mode of outside communications on what's going on when this thing does occur. And she was pretty much on the same page as that Kerry's been on, that we're going to get a shutdown for the financial readjustment and all that stuff, over.
Oh, that's interesting. I'm not sure if that can be pulled off, really. That's pretty big.
Well, it's big, but they've been preparing for it for a long time. The gold thing and the Fort Knox thing and the Fed changeover and all those things have been preparations for all this. Whether they and they're going to reevaluate gold. Gold currently, by the government standard, is valued at $41 per ounce. So it's way, way, way undervalued, obviously, over.
Yeah, I'll say. Give me some of that.
Yeah, sell me some of that stuff. So if we've got a Fort Knox full of what I think he's got 400 tons. Is it 400 tons of gold or something like that in Fort Knox? That's what they think is in there. If you work it out, it probably works out to a couple of bucks. But when they reevaluate it, it's going to change the value of everything, and to reestablish a gold back dollar and all that stuff, over.
Yeah, I always think they need to have something backing up our currency, so that's probably going to be a good thing.
Yeah, well, back in 1940, sometime in the 40s, early 40s, when Roosevelt was the president, he revalued the gold. He can do that, apparently, and they raised the value to the current value. It went up, I think they said they raised it by 75%. To $41 an ounce, so it was something like $26 an ounce or something at that point, and then he revalued it to 41, and it's been that way ever since. So that's really what the debt and all that stuff is based on, from what I can understand. That's a real complicated, in my mind. It's probably very simple, but in my mind, I just can't understand the whole workings of the whole financial thing and how gold is backing everything and how it can be valued at $41. Yeah, that's 4,000. What is it now? $4,800 an ounce or something, or more, over?
Yeah, somewhere around there. I'm not really watching it because it's way beyond my means, so I'm not paying attention to it.
I'm not either, but it's been up in that end area. Okay, well, anyway, I was amazed that the little nurse that was in Dr. Shafter's office knew about what was going on. She said, "Oh yeah, I keep up with all that stuff. I'm aware," she says. She didn't know that she could get EBS on Starlink though on her cell phone. So I had heard that's how it's going to communicate. That's how emergency broadcasting, all the broadcast stations and TVs and radio stations are all going to be off the air. And they're going to use Starlink for the broadcast information to keep people up to date. That's what I understand. So who knows? We'll see what happens. Kerry's pretty convinced, and his team that he works with are pretty much convinced that that's in the works. Anyway, good evening to you, Rob. Talk to you tomorrow on 1296. Have a good evening. Go have a cookie and something. I guess we're not going to get any more check-ins here.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it. Yeah, I don't have any cookies here either, so you're just making me jealous. So anyway, also, we're going to have another board meeting this Thursday night, so I want to let you know.
Okay. I could, if I knew how to run my computer, I could send you a digital cookie.
Yeah, I don't think that would taste the same, though.
Well, you never know. I might be able to put a few tricks into it. Who knows? I'm not much of a computer geek. Aaron would probably make it taste better than I could over.
Yeah, I bet my doctor would appreciate that, though.
All right. See you later. KM6SR and anybody else is still stupid enough to be listening here. K6MYC, Bozo Net. We'll be clear. Good night, all.
Good night, Mike. K6MYC, KM6SR, 73.
73.
And then we close down the net.
73.
That whole dome experience, is that going to be the movie theater of the future? Yeah, it's kind of the Century 21 of the modern era. Have any of you ever seen a movie in 4DX? Yes. What'd you think, Jeff? You mean the one with the water spraying and all the seats moving and the wind? That's the one. Oh yeah. Honestly, it was. I can't remember what I saw, but it was a lot. I mean, it was a lot. I mean, people are getting thrown out of their seats. I mean, you'd be shocked at what happened. I got lucky enough to see Back to the Future in it, and it was a blast. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I can't remember what I saw. I'd have to think about it. It's been a long time, but I remember. I'm pretty tall, so the air kept blowing in my ear, and I didn't really go for that too much. I didn't like that part.
I'm going to take a wild guess here, Mark, that not a lot of theaters there in Chester have 4DX. But in short, Cliff Notes, it'll spray you with water. It kind of smokes the room. There's strobe lights. There's snow that'll fall from the ceiling if permits. Obviously artificial, everything. And then, of course, the chairs move. If you're seeing an action movie, or like, for example, I'll tell you another movie I saw. I've seen two movies with it. Top Gun Maverick was really, really good, as you can imagine. Don't forget the smell. Oh, yeah, the smell. I forgot about the smell. Yeah,
Chester has a little theater, but it's, you know, it's a church theater. Devils is a little church, and they play religious movies. So you have to go to Susanville for the nearest movie theater there. And it's pretty old theater that they have. It's like stepping back into the 60s. But the last time I went to a movie was before I retired up here, and the big thing back then was, you know, you have the nice luxury reclining seats, and you can order off the menu.
Oh yeah, that's quite nice.
But, yeah, sounds like they've taken it up another level last few years.
K6EDO for ID.
WB1G, but I'm kind of with Jeff on this. It's not for everyone, and I wouldn't say that I'd want to see it in a movie that requires a lot of focus.
No. People literally get thrown out of their seats. I'm not joking. I think that'd be a liability.
I mean, you got a pretty big TV here. I can have the wife blow in my ear and shake me out of the chair.
That's pretty much the same thing.
And what are you talking to us for then? Big TV's fun.
And unfortunately, I don't have enough bandwidth for the 4K.
Oh, you mean the internet?
Yeah, whatever I have here on the internet, there's not quite enough for 4K. It'll try, but then you get the little twirly thing.
Can you do it through satellite?
Well, I have the dish. You know, I haven't tried it through there, but I think you have to rent it.
Yeah, I don't know if Dish Network has 4K or not. Yeah, I think it does. But I don't know. I don't know what level.
Yeah, my internet up here is a frontier. It's pretty slow. Just a little bit above dial-up.
Oh wow.
But look where you live.
Oh yeah, but I could get Starlink up here.
Be nice. The bears that visit your house?
Yeah. In fact, we had one last night. It decimated the wife's bird feeders. Bent the poles and stole one. We actually went through the forest trying to find it back here, but it was her favorite bird feeder. It was stuffed full, and the bear took it.
Wow. Do you ever worry about the bears breaking into the house?
You know, the wife is heavily armed, very light sleeper. I'm a heavy sleeper. I mean, the bear would have to crawl in bed for me to wake up.
Boy, Frontier doesn't even really advertise the speed on the peninsula, so yeah, I'll take your word for that.
Yeah, it's like 3 point something, and that's for the advanced. You pay extra for the high speed. It's 3 point something.
Holy cow, that is a little over. Well, that's like old school DSL or a little above it.
There's just no infrastructure, so sooner or later they'll get it up here, but not at this time. But yeah, you can just do the Starlink. There's folks that have that. The biggest complaint I hear is that the snow really messes it up.
Oh yeah, I bet the snow. You know, they've got a couple of those models that have a heater built in. Do you know if anyone up in that neck of the woods has the model that has the heater, or it just that's the one?
Well, I think some folks have that because I've seen on Facebook where people start complaining. It's like, God, this Starlink's not working, especially when it's snowing heavily, and you know, it's supposed to work in the snow, but when you get a heavy snowstorm, apparently there's issues.
How's your tree line, or what's your view look like up to the sky from the house? Do you have kind of an open area where you could do the install? I'm just curious.
I'm surrounded by 100-foot trees.
Yeah, so you probably are going to end up with some downtime anyways on something like Starlink. I mean, they've improved it a lot, but based on my mental image of your home, my guess is that you'll probably have some gaps in service.
It's got to be kind of sort of straight up. I mean, you would think they would have some up there, right?
Oh yeah, it'll work. It'll work great, I'm sure. But the way, for example, I'll camp with it a lot. And if I have an obstructed view, I'll take it back. Last season when I had an obstructed view, I had a 99% uptime or 98% uptime, which is ultimately meant I think every 20 minutes or every hour I had a couple seconds of downtime. It was indistinguishable for the most part. Actually, I don't think it was quite 2 seconds. I want to say it was about 20 seconds every hour that I didn't have it would retry, and it would just kind of stall shortly. But when it was there, it was there. So I don't know.
So do you have, with your Starlink, do you have that little portable? We had someone come down to Seneca, and they had a little square portable Starlink, and he threw it on the ground, took his phone, pointed it at it, orientated it however his phone said to orientate it, and he had internet. But it was a little teeny, the dish was about the size of a notepad.
Yeah, you're thinking about the Mini. And it's pretty awesome, actually. 12-volt powered. I have a Gen 2, so I have, prior to the Mini, older technology. But my Gen 2, I actually built it into a Pelican case. So it's obviously a lot bigger than a notepad, but it's kind of one of those bigger Pelican cases, and I just put it on the ground, and I built the antenna into the top of the case, and you can open it up, and it's 12-volt powered as well, but not without a lot of modifications. But the Mini is that's the bee's knees for quick deployment of internet, no doubt, as you firsthand saw there in Seneca.
That was pretty impressive because we had to get an emergency phone call out, and wham bam, it was up and running. But he basically threw it on the ground, and it was pointed straight up. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, no doubt.
So does that automatically come with your Starlink?
Which part? The Pelican case?
No, the little Mini.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That all comes together as a kit, and I don't think they're that expensive, honestly. I want to say I'm maybe like $300-400. So not a bad investment. Plus, if you think about it, I mean, I know your primary residence is Lake Almanor, but some folks that travel between two residences, when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense.
Okay, 6DDO.
Well, I was mainly thinking about it for, we keep it in the Jeep for the backcountry. K6FJ.
Another perfect use of it, WB1G.
Well, good to talk to you guys.
Yeah, Jeff, good hearing you, man.
We don't hear Jeff out here enough.
I seem to stumble upon Jeff a lot, but not always here. Jeff's like the nice guy. He's bouncing around, helping people out. I listen a lot, Jeff.
Are you sure I'm helping him out?
No, I don't know about that. That might have been a stretch.
It's fun to talk to people.
It is. Do you like the 40-meter Traveler, Jeff?
Nah, not really. Sometimes.
You're working on that low end, I see.
Well, you know, I opened up that program and I was like, holy crap, why is that thing rolled up like that? So I was just turning the knobs on turning the program just kind of like as I'm talking to you.
Okay, yeah, because the 8-inch is definitely rumbling.
It's probably a little better. That's a 2496.
Oh, the elusive 2496.
Yeah, the 2496.
Great bang for the buck right there.
It's actually a very good EQ. Does not do a bad job.
Oh, it's not too bad.